All right, so we should be live, and we're going to be discussing. It comes down to some questions. I'm going to flip over here real quick to what we received as far as a question. And I've received a lot of questions about this topic, about the connection between, or the quote unquote contraindication between elderberry and coronavirus, or COVID-19, or Wuhan virus. So here's one question. There's a bit of hysteria happening over the use of elderberry for the coronavirus, saying it exacerbates the symptoms and don't take it for this virus. What's your advice? Because it's getting nuts. Yeah, I'd agree. Stuff's getting nuts. It's pretty crazy. I think I'm just wondering, sitting back, just watching. That's why I've been kind of quiet on it, because I like to sit back, watch, observe, and analyze rather than like jump to conclusions, jump into like the hysteria, start claiming things. A lot of people have been following James Lyons Weiler. He's talking about the information that we discussed, me and him. He did let people know that I got in those research studies on the coronavirus vaccines, which Reuters News now, I think it was published either today or yesterday, even is now saying that vaccine experts, infectious disease experts, are even questioning whether they should fast track the coronavirus vaccine because of past history of coronavirus vaccines causing a sensitization and increase in eosinophilic responses. I did a video on this roughly a month ago talking about that. Now, one thing I want to clarify and would like to clarify there, and I'll do more of that later, is that when we look at things like dengue fever, I know that there was I guess somebody kind of like broke it down and explained it in that way, like it could be similar to dengue, where you get the first infection, it's not so bad. Second infection, it could be very serious. That's a mosquito-borne illness. That is basically an injected type illness. That is not the way we're coming in contact with coronaviruses. Coronaviruses go through our mucosal membranes. So it is critically important for me and my family that we're taking care of our mucosal immune membrane health, immune system. If we do that, I really don't have fear about this. If my children aren't malnourished, I don't have fear for them. And I know that children have a lower susceptibility to this virus and that type of thing. That it's more the elderly or the middle-aged or adult population is getting hit a little bit harder with it. But I don't see in the research on those vaccine studies on coronavirus vaccines that it's natural infection that is sensitizing people like it does with dengue. So that analogy I don't really agree with, but that's kind of side note. So we're going to go through the information and research. There's so many things I would want to tell you right now. But again, I'm sitting back, I'm analyzing it, and I'm wondering to myself, what is coronavirus in terms of the smoke screen hiding us from something else our government or other organizations are truly doing? It will be, this catastrophe, this hysteria, this crisis will be utilized by many, many people in the wrong ways. And even my wife said, you should sell out of every single one of your supplements. The girls should be promoting this stuff online. And I'm like, babe, I don't want to sit there and take advantage of fear. I don't want to do that. But I am getting a lot of questions, a lot of people. And I'm even chiming in on Facebook when I see people post big old bold print, elderberry is contraindicated for coronavirus. And I'm like, where's your research? Where's your evidence? Please get it to me. Somebody gave me something about a book by a well-known and fantastic, and I actually will, Stephen Bruner, about his antivirals, natural antivirals. Elderberry I wouldn't use for malaria, so there you go. I'd use garlic for malaria, all right? I'd use wormwood for malaria. I'd use black walnut for malaria. I'd use other immune supportive compounds for that, anti-inflammatory compounds as well. But that is a parasite, and that affects our eosinophilic responses, that increases inflammation, because that is a parasite. You need inflammation to kill those things off, and that's the way the body responds to parasites. But that's not going to line up and be a scientific study that we can conclude that elderberry wouldn't be good for this, because what people are saying that COVID-19 it can induce, which any infectious disease can. Broadcast interrupted. Are we live again?
Okay, now I'm showing that we're streaming again. Hey, the live show just interrupted out of nowhere. I just got like an X on my Wi-Fi. It looks like, but now I have like full bars and it's green, so it looks like we're live again.
Well, it kicked us off completely. Live show had ended, it said. It's probably because of our title.
Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Do you see us, Anthony?
Hey, Instagram, maybe you guys are still on. We don't know. But, yeah.
Instagram's still live.
So, folks, I know I hate to do it twice, so I don't know whether I'll keep talking or not on Instagram, but we'll probably restart the show on Instagram as well. But, yeah, people need to just kind of settle down, bring some clarity to this situation, understand what the research really